World of Tanks news. They've announced that they are working on a flamethrower tank, and this was announced by one of the developers. I'm going to talk about flamethrower tanks real quick. First of all, the range of this type of weapon is not very far. As you know, you can fire hundreds of meters, perhaps 700 meters, with a regular tank. With a flamethrower, you cannot fire that far. It's just not going to work that way. Number two, flamethrowers are usually used against people that really don't have any defenses. A wall would block a flamethrower. A plate of armor, if it's large enough, would block a flamethrower. They're used against soldiers. They're used against open areas. They're used against bunkers. They're used against the concrete bunker that has an opening in it, and the flamethrower would go into that. They're not used against armor, as far as I know. So I don't think it would be able to use it with tank against tank combat, even if it was a tier 1 battle. And so those are some of the issues. The other issue is, of course, it has to have some sort of a fuel source, like a liquid fuel, and there's only going to be a limited amount of fuel that you can carry in a battle. 15-minute battle, I think you'd use it up fairly quickly. So I have the feeling it's going to be a special game mode that they are talking about with the flamethrower tank. They didn't really say much. They absolutely said nothing. This is the developer that was talking about it. And I will say that he was also talking about the perfect balance. He says that it is possible, but they'd have to do no more development. It's not true. I could easily write a computer algorithm that would balance out anything. I can balance out the win rates. I can balance out the statistics on tanks. It's easy to do. The algorithm is very, very simple, and it's used often. It's a balancing algorithm. I've told them many times about it. They've obviously ignored me. But basically, if it were a team, what you would do is you put the losing team, the team with the lower win rate, you put on the spawn with the higher win rate. And when you do that, you balance out the win rates for the maps and for the teams. And you can do the same thing with tanks. If a tank is getting too many wins, you just put it into a higher tier that's more difficult, and then it's not going to get as many wins anymore. It's not difficult at all. And if you did the balancing algorithm, the game would be literally balanced in real time or as often as you update the statistics. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about the flamethrower. They're probably going to release it. Usually when they say that they have a new mechanic, it comes out like 6 months later or a year later. And it's probably going to be a special game mode, I would guess, April 1st. I don't think it's going to be a permanent game mode. And they do have some game modes. I believe it's called Art of War is what they have, where they have bunkers and maybe artillery. And you know what? A flamethrower would be usable against the SPGs that don't have a roof on them, the open turrets. But maybe it's going to be used in a special game mode. I don't know. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to talk about the flamethrowers. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. And don't forget to go to cheapbooks.com to buy your books and textbooks.